because that's where you're
All
at.
right, we're here.
Oh, radio station. That's good.
Okay.
That's great.
He's waiting for him. Hey guys, can y'all hear that? Okay, so today, okay, so Sunday at lunch, we started talking about chickens and stuff. And Daniel said, well, he's only got one chicken left. I said, well, just order some. And then I was explaining to him how you can order just girls, so you don't have to have a rooster, unless you want eggs to be fertile, so you can hatch more, or sell eggs that are fertile so somebody can hatch their own if they want. That's all. That just depends on what your preference is. I choose just girls. Anyway, he said, yeah, we don't really need a rooster, do we? Blah, blah, blah. You know, him and Lou were discussing it. And so he goes, well, you just can't go to Tractor Supply? I said, I don't know. I said, Cleveland Tractor Supply does have chicks right now, but I do not know if they're separated in pullets or if it's just straight run. You just look in the thing and you don't know what you're getting. You pick out what you want or whatever, but you don't know if they're girls or boys. Okay, so anyway, he says, well, who do you order from? And I said, I believe Tractor Supply probably orders from Ideal. I might be wrong. I know that the feed store orders from, or they did. Thomas Brothers is no longer in business, and then the people that took over after Thomas Brothers, there was a feed store in Cleveland. Been there since I was a little girl, Thomas Brothers. Lone Star Feed. Best feed there is, I believe. And I'm sure there's other places I can get Lone Star Feed, but like Daniel sometimes he goes to this feed store way down there in Porter, but like he's passing Tractor Supply and everything to get to that feed store, and I don't know if they're Lone Star Feed or not. Anyway, regardless of all that, I know for a fact they ordered their chicks from Ideal Poultry also. Ideal Poultry is right here in Texas. It's in Cameron, Texas, I believe. Evidently it's close to Bryan, because Bryan is where the label is made. Like when I got the little email that my label for shipping had been printed or something, it was in Bryan, Texas. So anyway, I tell him, and I said, but if you go to the website, you can just order, you can look at all their different breeds and get just girls. And he was going to get all black ones like Daddy says, you know, the crows. And I believe that that's probably some truth to that. They think they're crows, so they don't mess with them. But Lou said she wanted other colors. She didn't just want to see just one color out there in the yard. So we went down through and we got 12 chicks. 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 different this, 3 different this, 3 different this, 3. Okay. So there's 12 chicks in this little box. Daniel, it's after 4. This is when he comes home. The lady called me from the post office at 9:30 this morning. That is a long time. They've been traveling now since yesterday. That the message that I got from Ideal Poultry that your chicks have shipped was at like 8:30 yesterday morning. Now I didn't get anything from the post office till a little bit later in the day, but if they had packed up these chicks at 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 this morning was 24 hours since some chicks had been, you know, born, hatched, whatever you want to call it, and had dried up enough that they could put them in a box, you know, because they have to dry. So I just like, when I picked them up, thinking, we can't wait to give these chicks food or water until 4:30. So I'm not going to tell Daniel. I'm going to seal this little box back up because I want him to think he's the first one that's seen his little chickens. And if he watches my video, fine. If you guys tell him, well, that's on y'all. I just wanted him to be the first one to see his chickens, but it wasn't going to work out that way because they needed food. Like I told y'all before, when chickens are being developed inside the egg to become chicks, the yolk is not part of their makeup, part of their, you know, the yolking their beak and their head or part of their ears. It's nothing. The yolk is nothing but absorbed into their little stomachs. And that is what they live on for the first 24 hours. Now, some people say they can go a little bit longer than that, but I just think it's a long time. I've been in the car with chicks coming. I've been in, you little crud. I've been in the car with, I'm not going to show y'all his chicks. I'll let y'all see his chicks when he shows you his chicks. But, anyway, I've been in the car. Hold on, I'm looking sideways in my phone. Right up my nose. And it's dry too. I've been having to put mentholated in my nose. It's so dry. My sinuses are so dry. Anyway, I've been in the car coming home, and when I picked him up, I thought, man, that's been a long time. And I would take, sometimes like in the mornings at McDonald's, especially when I drove a bus, I would always get a chicken biscuit from McDonald's, their chicken breakfast biscuit. And I would sprinkle some of the biscuit into them, and they would be picking it already. They already knew, and they were hungry enough to start eating at that right off the bat. So I knew they could not wait till 4:30 today to finally eat or drink water. So I'll show y'all what I did, but I'm not saying nothing today. I'm gonna seal this box back up. I got my hot glue going over there so I can tab up these little yellow straps because I don't know, I may tell him, but I may not. So if y'all tell him, that's on y'all, because I just wanted him to have healthy chicks, and I didn't want him to be near dead by the time he got them. But I'll show y'all what I did. I just got a box, just this, and I lifted, it wasn't a very deep box. Something came from Amazon. I lifted the tops up and put tape around them so the corners would be up. I put a little water in there, a little bit of feed, and hung this little light in there, this little office light. It's actually a clamp light, but I had to throw my nightgown over it to hold it in place so it would hang there without being right up against. I didn't want the cardboard to get hot. Anyway, they've been in here and they have eaten, because there was a lot more feed than that when I dumped it in. So they have eaten, and I even peeked in at them a couple of times, and they were drinking from water. So they were going to need that. That would have been sad for them to stay until 4:30 in this box. That just would have been too much to ask for, I think, from them. So anyway, I'm fixing to seal them back up and take them down there. And you guys really haven't seen them. You've heard them, and you've seen what they were living in. But we're just going to let him think.
That's how many chickens is that?
12.
In there?
I told you the box is small.
Oh, Lord. Come on, little babies. I hope you're alive.
Get a cutter.
Okay.
Are you filming? You weren't even filming.
Okay, here.
Okay, get a cutter.
Okay, Kim, okay. Calm down.
I mean, you're just standing here and
There they
walking
are.
around everywhere.
They're in their new home. They're not hungry or thirsty because they've had food. Nobody knows the difference. All right, I'll see y'all later. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'm wearing a new shirt with a little ginger kitty on her. Anyway, I just told Daniel about Pasty, but I said, listen, they get sometimes, I said, not all the time, but you might have one that gets pasty butt. And he goes, what? And I said, it's just like, you might come out here to check on, feed them, water them, whatever, and there'll be a little poop on one's rear. And if he didn't get it off, when he poops again, and eventually he'll be clogged up, and then he'll die.
What you expected to hear when you turned on the radio.
What do you do about that?
If it's true, you're going to find out why next.
Hold on.
Make sure you have some tissue.
You're welcome. As less as possible. I said, once I put them in the cage, unless I have to move them purposely for some reason, I try not to have to move them too much and mess with them. Every time you open it to put water in or food in, they're going to act like you have invaded their space. They're going to act crazy. Hey, Cash! What you doing over there? Are you cleaning the yard with Mom? Yeah, you're helping her? Yeah.
Supposed to be helping me, and he is literally digging a hole by my porch.
Are you digging? Yeah, well, tell Mama, say, little boys dig.
Bring your wheelbarrow over here. I'll load you up with some dirt.
I just dropped your dad's chicks off.
Is he excited?
Yeah, and I told him, I said, now listen, I said, try to handle them as less as possible. Don't pick them all up and look at them all the time and stuff. I said, least handling the best. I said, but they get, sometimes you'll see one or two with pasty butt. And he goes, what? What is that? And then I was explaining to him, and your mom said, well, you didn't even clean our kids' butts.
No, he won't change one of my kids' diapers either. I cannot wait to see a video of him cleaning pasty butt.
I know.
That's it.
All right, I'm home. I won't get off because he's got this TV turned up way like 100 or something. But I'm waiting for Mom. I'm gonna go ride with her to pick up a table she found somewhere on Marketplace, and then I think Jake wants to come ride Big Boy this evening. But this is a whole nother story. But we may not be able to do it this evening. I'll talk about that later. But I love you guys. God bless y'all, and I will see you later. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.